ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit.
Never freeze. You Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another SH Figuarts action figure review on the Bandai Tamashii Nations Spider-Man Homecoming Movies homemade suit Spider-Man figure, minus the Mark 47 Iron Man. I gotta give a big thanks to X-Mania87 for selling me this Spider-Man figure. If you're trying to pick this up, you can order it at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
He had only wanted the Iron Man figure, and I really only wanted the Spider-Man figure, being that the Mark 47 is really just a repaint of the Mark 46. So I'm stoked to have this figure. It did arrive loose, which I have no problem with it. The figure did still have the plastic around the joints and stuff like that, so I appreciate that. Make sure you check out X-Mania87's Instagram, link in the description below. Let's go ahead and figuratively crack this thing open. And here's the Spider-Man figure out of the packaging once again, because he wasn't really in the packaging. And anyway, so this guy is pretty sweet. I do like this figure. There are things that I dislike about it. A lot of them similar to what I disliked about the regular tech suit Spider-Man figure that we'd gotten from SH Figuarts. Now, there's more than one way you can get this. You can get this in the 2-pack. You can also get it where it comes with the wall, and I already have a wall because I got the SH Figuarts tech suit version, so I don't need to get 2 of those. So anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories that come with this guy. But first, here's a look at the directions over here. We could all read this, right? Kanji? Is that kanji? I'm not 100% sure, but you can see all the parts and accessories. Very similar to what we'd seen with the tech suit. So this Spidey comes with 2 different hoodie options over there. And then we get this long web line right there. And then we get a thwipping medium length one. And then we get a short thwipping web right over there. For this longer one, it is not the same as the one that came with the SH Figuart, the SH, or the tech suit version, I mean. The tech suit version has this arch in it, and then this one's just straight, and it also has this little piece right over here for him to grab onto, so that's pretty neat. And you can see the pattern that we're seeing on this is very similar to what we had seen before. I think we have these exact versions with the tech suit version as well. It looks a little too gloppy on that one. And this smaller one is the same one that we had seen from the tech suit version as well. One thing worth mentioning is that when you're putting the thwipping hands together for this, these will pop off easily if you're trying to articulate the hands while you have the web shooters on there. So that's pretty frustrating. But yeah, you just slip these right on over the wrist peg, and then you put the hand right on top of that. So to demonstrate, so there you go, and it fits on pretty well, but as soon as you start really trying to move it around, it'll come apart on you. And by the way, the hands look really good. We got the thwipping hands, we got these wide open hands which look pretty nice, and I have to mention that they do have the fingernails sculpted in there, and I think that looks great. We get some nice details with the web shooter on the palm. I love that gunmetal gray. We get these wall crawling hands. Again, you can see the fingernails looking fantastic. And then you get these shocker hands right over there, looking pretty sweet, which I just realized, you know, the Shaka hands, you know, and there's a shocker villain in them. And we get these fists right there. Not looking too bad. And then we get these web line grabbing hands as well. And like the tech suit version, you can pick off this hexagon piece on his back, which can be tricky. You can separate this over here and then use a tool or something to push through there if it's giving you a real hard time. The first time it was giving me a lot of trouble, but you could take that out, then you could port this in, just like on the tech suit, fit in right in there, and you could go ahead and attach this to a stand, which is pretty cool. So here's a head sculpt with neither hoodie option. I just want to take a look at this real quick. I do think it's a little on the big side, but it is a younger Spider-Man. But you can see the aperture right over there. It looks really good. I like that. So you can see that glossy black paint over there too. And look on the side, you can see that seam running across, and then we get some nice wrinkles right here on the back. Then this little hole right here is for putting on the hoodie down option. So it says in the directions that you just want to wrap this around the neck and you go like so, and then you just have this little peg that sticks out from underneath the hoodie and just port that in. And this doesn't really work out as well as I'd like it to. It just comes off really fast for me, and I know I have it on there when the strings right here are pointing forward, which actually look really good. You know, you get that gunmetal gray at the bottom of them. But yeah, I do prefer this hoodie option. I think it looks great, you know. And just to show off the second hoodie option, you just take that off right there. And same deal, kind of want to just go around the neck and split this apart a little bit. The material is fairly pliable. I'm not really too worried about breaking it. It's pretty sturdy and pliable stuff. But yeah, you can see that, man, I mean, the hoodie's sculpted out really well. I really like the wrinkles at the very top right there. So you get the feeling that the strings have been pulled a little bit, and you get some nice wrinkles on the very top. Nice seamage, nice wrinkles on the back. So I do like that. But it just doesn't hang over the front of his head enough. I don't know. I just feel like that's just a little bit too much forehead. But looking at the rest of the figure, I do like how the paint apps look, even though we're not getting any shadowing effect. It's kind of weird, but we get some nice sculpt with the Spidey logo right there. And then the zipper looks great. I love that attention to detail on that zipper. That looks really good. You can see the pockets. Nice little details going across the bottom of the sweater right here. Nice wrinkles on the top. And some nice looking wrinkles in this baby blue shirt. You can see the joints right near. I did get a little stain on mine. Just a tiny little bit, you know. I haven't really tried taking it off yet. But yeah, I'll try with, I don't know, maybe rubbing alcohol. But looking at the web shooters, man. Oh, the details look great. I really dig them. And you could line this up right over here. And then you could actually get those webs so that they're resting in this little gap. That actually helps. But man, I think that looks really cool. And then looking at the rest of this figure, you can see, you know, he has his sweatpants right there. You can see the little stringies. Don't like these cuts so much, but, you know, the articulation isn't so bad on this guy, which I'll get into very soon, but I want to take a look at the socks. And then he has some nice looking shoes. Yeah, I wish the color matched a little bit more, but still not too shabby, and no peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So the articulation's not too bad on this guy. One thing I recommend that you do, though, right from the start is try to lift the head away from the neck just a little bit, because I was kind of bummed out when I first got this. I was like, oh, you can't look up at the head, you know, you have to just use the neck joint. But you can separate this just some. I try to like just move that out, and then it will look up more so than it did before when it was just totally snug. And with the neck joint, you know, both of them together, he'll look up that much. I still wish he could look up more than that. It is a bit frustrating. You get a little bit of gappage right over there. But you can get him looking downward, and you do get side-to-side movement, and of course you get great head pivot. We get the butterfly joint that moves up and down right over here in the armpit, and it will move forward and back. You can rotate right here at the shoulder, so getting the shoulders moving, they'll move all the way up like that, and they can move down, and you can rotate a 360 and it could face upward like that. I wish we had that bicep cut. We do get the double jointed elbows that bend in this far. Then we get those wrist pegs that you could turn side to side, and depending in the direction, you can turn the wrists up and down or side to side. It's kind of tricky to figure out exactly which direction it's facing with these because the web shooters block it so much. Anyway, we get a diaphragm joint right there, turn side to side. We get diaphragm pivot, and then you'll crunch forward that much at the diaphragm and back that much, a little bit of budge right there. And then the bottom part of the hoodie will shift up and down, which is actually very helpful. You can rotate him at the waist, and he will pivot at the waist, and he crunches forward really far. Now this gets a little bit weird. I mean, this doesn't bother me that much because I'm able to get angles where I don't see this gap at all. You know, you could do stuff like that, but you do want to be careful with it. And he will not really crunch back that much at the waist, so it's mostly for crunching forward. The hips will allow his legs to move all the way out that far, and he will kick up quite a bit and not back much at all. One thing to mention is that these pegs right over here, these crotch pegs, those are weird, man. They can be very distracting. Anyway, he has this thigh cut right there, double jointed knees, and then you could rotate the ankle side to side. They'll move down, they'll move up. You do get beautiful ankle pivot and toe articulation. And to measure out this Spidey, you can see that he's standing just a little over 5.5 inches tall. And for your SH Figuarts Spider-Man Homecoming size comparison, you can see the homemade suit next to the tech suit, and they stand exactly at the same height. So good job, SH Figuarts. And then here's the SH Figuarts homemade suit Spider-Man next to the Marvel Legends homemade suit Spider-Man. And I gotta say, between the two of these, I actually like the Marvel Legend one more. But I do think I like the colors more on the SH Figuarts. But yeah, as far as posability goes, definitely, yeah, you can do more with the Marvel Legend. Then here's a homemade suit Spider-Man figure next to the Scarlet Spider from Marvel Legends. I always like that they kind of went with an inverted Scarlet Spider for this homemade suit design. And then here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. And And here's the homemade suit Spidey attached to a Mafex stand, and one thing that's worth mentioning is that you can attach the backpack from the Tech Suit SH Figuarts figure and go ahead and plug it into the back port right over there, and it goes in there very nicely. But you do have to use it with the hoodie up, because with the hoodie down it does get in the way. So yeah, I was only able to make it work with this one right over here. I gotta say, I did have fun with this figure, and it does help that I already had the Tech Suit version along with the wall, so you know, I could swap the accessories and stuff. And one of my complaints with the SH Figuarts Tech Suit figure is that he didn't come with enough webbing, so yeah, now I have more webbing for that. But yeah, I do like the figure. It's just that I honestly feel a little torn. I do like how the figure looks. I really like how this paint worked out on this piece, but he's a little on the short side, and there's just points of articulation that just really do work against him, so I can get frustrated with the piece, but I still kind of like it. I'm like right in between with this one. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of the figure, let me know what you think of the review. If you want to subscribe for more ShartimusPrime videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as hitting the notification bell. And I gotta thank all these wonderful people over here for supporting this YouTube channel. You guys are incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And if you want to support the YouTube channel while picking up a really cool shirt, we got the Legendary Collector t-shirts available at ShartimusPrime.net, and you can see a photo gallery of images over at MarvelousNews.com and ShartimusPrime.net as well. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm gonna play with my toys today. Well, I don't care what my people say. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Can't have one, I gotta get them all. Time to make a trip to the local mall. Oh yeah!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, I said, my shot, your face, I said, my shot.